Today we are going to talk about tops and bottoms in the market and how you can basically detect tops and bottoms and how they look, which kind of indicator you can use, and can we maybe tell something about the latest drop in Bitcoin, whether that was or whether that is going to be a major low in the price, or whether this is just going to be a lower low until we actually are going to see Bitcoin continue to trend lower right here. That is going to be the topic of today's video. And lately, I have to say that I'm reading and I'm studying a lot of trading books again. I'm studying a lot of different materials, which I eventually will bring back to this channel as well. However, it might be so that I won't be uploading on a regular or daily basis because I need a lot of time to invest in my own studies. I'm spending a lot of time right now to invest in Whaleportal, all work combined. Right now, it might not be that I will be posting daily on YouTube, but all the knowledge that I'm receiving right now, eventually I also, of course, will share it with you. But sometimes I think it is also important to take a true period of time, really trying to understand something, trying to get a better understanding at something, rather than try to do everything at the same time, which is also a characteristic of me, which I'm sometimes doing. But yeah, guys, let's dive into the topic of today, tops and bottoms. Before we dive into it, would highly appreciate it if you would leave a thumbs up. If you are new, to subscribe down below. And yeah, I want to start with a very one of the most important indicators to determine tops and bottoms, and this is an indicator that I'm normally actually for trading not using so much, but specific for determining tops and bottoms, I'm using this a lot, and that is the volume indicator. And why is the volume indicator important? Well, as you know, guys, the markets are a reflection of human emotions, and human emotions, they follow the law of vibration, the law of rhythm, which means that they vibrate, but that they also follow a specific rhythm. And that rhythm goes from one certain extreme into another certain extreme. I can also apply that rhythm to my own life. I can see that from the time that I grow up, I also went into one extreme during primary school, going into another extreme during high school, another extreme afterwards. Life is often about extremes because it is at the extreme moments that you basically learn, but also that transition is possible. For example, I'm just trying to think of an example. Let's say you have a smoker, right? Somebody is smoking for a very long time. It is often that at a certain extreme, so the smoker has smoked maybe a lot of cigarettes or is really feeling his body becoming more unhealthy at a certain extreme. At that moment, the smoker is able to transcend from smoking into non-smoking because of hitting that certain extreme. If there's just a flat line, then most likely a lot of things won't change. So we need those extremes in this world of duality as well to see those changes. That is an important thing to note here as well. So that is basically, in my opinion, the functions of the extremes, which can also explain it better. And in human emotions, we have that also. And in the markets, it's reflected as follow. We go often from an extreme euphoria, which is, for example, right here, extreme euphoria, to a extreme fearful moment. Eventually, we go back to extreme euphoria. Then we go back to extreme fear. Then we go back to extreme euphoria, and so on. That is basically how it works. Also, if we can see, for example, if we have a look at the bull run to 16 to 17, we can also see that we start with an accumulation phase. We enter a nice uptrend. That uptrend is accelerating even more, going parabolic, going even more parabolic. Here it goes even vertical, bam, which is the extreme. And then we hit that extreme and we transition into another part of the cycle, the opposite basically. The pendulum swings the other direction. But what comes along when the pendulum swings the other direction? At the emotional extreme, also most of the time, most humans are participating during that emotional extreme, due to the fact that that is the most sensational and it takes the most attention, and that is something we can see back in the volume. So what we can see right here is that the moment we are building up to the blow of top, right in 2017, bam, we get a massive amount of volume right here, and then afterwards we get a lower volume. This is basically showing us, and it did not show us back then, like exactly at the date, okay, wow, this is the top. No, but you can definitely say after you see such a massive spike of volume, you can say this is definitely a significant top. We're not sure whether this is the bull market top of 2017 right here, but you can definitely say this is a significant top, and we won't surpass that in the very shorter term time frame, because we see that the volume significantly decreases afterwards. Then if we, let me change the chart a little bit like that. Yeah, I can get rid of that one, put this one lower. If we, for example, have a look at another extreme, this is a extreme within a extreme. So we go from a extreme euphoric to extreme panic. But within those extremes, we also see smaller extremes. Those are the waves. Those are also basically just reflections of human emotions. But here we can also see, for example, we get a bottom right here. We see a massive amount spike of volume. And then you can also say right here, okay, this is definitely a temporary bottom. We don't know if it's the bottom, but definitely a temporary bottom. And of course, afterwards we had a bounce of over 100%. So yes, this was definitely a significant bottom, but it was not the bear market bottom. Okay, but that is one way how you can spot bottoms and tops basically. And if we go to a little bit more recent Bitcoin price action, let me get rid of the drawings right here. Then we can also see that the moment Bitcoin dropped to 18,000 US dollars, we also had a massive spike of volume, something that we haven't seen that often in the past. The last time we have seen that volume around these levels was right here, when we dropped to roughly 30,000 US dollars after we topped over 60,000 US dollars. This was a big capitulation event, and you can see that that bottom, that low, hasn't really been surpassed. Now it was, but not in a shorter term time frame. So we moved sideways, we got a kind of double bottom, and then we blasted off into an uptrend, and we had a bounce off from that low up to 135%, a significant bounce. So this was not a quick bounce and then just see something like this. We got a bounce and then see lower levels. No, that is not working like that. Previous time right here, we can see it as well. Significant spike of volume that was here at the top. And afterwards, we got quite a severe correction. If you have a look at this bull market right here, then this was quite a severe correction. And you could spot this local top, let's call it a local top, by the amount of volume that was present while reaching that certain extreme. We got a correction of roughly 30%, which is quite a big correction in a bull market, because previous corrections right here have not even been lasted 30%. This one also not. Yeah, almost then. 22%. But yeah, as you can see, so that is quite significant. Right now, during this bottom, we also had a massive spike of volume, which is also interesting because that shows us that at least temporarily, guys, this was the bottom. And it also proved to be. We had the bottom at 17.7k roughly. So far, we are up from the bottom over 30% to the upside. Can we go more further up? Yes. Does that mean that this was the bear market bottom after this bull market? No, that doesn't mean necessarily that that's the case. However, it does mean, like I've said in the other examples, this is a significant bottom, and it will take some time if Bitcoin if Bitcoin is going to surpass that bottom. It will take some time, at least a big move to the upside, and that's also something I've been saying right here on the channel. Another interesting thing about this specific bottom, guys, is that the fact it's actually testing the previous all-time high from the previous bull market at roughly 18K. You can make a zone out of it depending a little bit how you look at it, but this is also very interesting that we actually broke above that high, and this is one of the first times that Bitcoin basically comes back and tests the high of the previous bull market, and right now is acting as support. If we have a look at previous bull markets before that, we haven't really done that, so that is also something quite significant. Another significant thing right here is that this level right here is a very important Fibonacci retracement level. I can show you that right here. If we measure from the top to the bottom right here till the top right there, and I extend that, you can see that we came down to the 1.618, which means that this is a very significant level for Bitcoin. Also more reasons to believe that we are going to see a significant bounce. So far that is actually looking quite good for Bitcoin in the shorter term time frame. I don't directly expect Bitcoin to surpass these lows very easily. However, it is possible for Bitcoin to surpass these lows. We do need to see some signs in the chart for that, which I will show you as well. If we are going to surpass these lows and we are going to see Bitcoin dropping to lower levels, what would be the next level to watch? In my honest opinion, it would be the level right here, and I would say that would be $12,000. If we decisively lose 20,000 or at least 17, 18,000, the previous high right here, the next major level that I'm watching is going to be $12,000. I definitely do not expect Bitcoin to drop below $12,000 sustainable, so that we're really going to trade lower than $12,000 and stay there for some time. I definitely don't think that is a very likely scenario. If it's even likely right now that we are going to surpass these lows, that is something we still got to see. I've been mentioning often in my videos that I'm watching the 200-week moving average, and we dipped below that yesterday very briefly. Let me show you. I have to zoom in right here. We dipped below that yesterday very briefly. You can see the wick, but still we are trading above it, which basically means that we haven't got a weekly close below the 200-week moving average, which is a good sign, because the longer we can hold above this level, the more strength there basically would be in the Bitcoin price. However, if we break below this level, and this is 22, this level is going up every week, of course, it's 22.8k roughly. If we get a weekly close below that level, I definitely think that the chances increase that we at least going to test these lows of this range, with a chance of breaking it and see Bitcoin going to 12k. But very importantly, right now we don't have any evidence of that. I'm also not anticipating on such an event unless we are seeing that weekly close below the 200-week moving average. Then, guys, on a daily time frame, there is something interesting going on which I want to share with you, and that also might be a little bit more clear whether we can see a further bounce in the Bitcoin price. And that is a declining resistance over on the relative strength index. That declining resistance already since October 2021. So it's already for quite some months that we have a declining resistance. Right now we have a upcoming resistance as well. So we are getting squeezed into this pattern on the daily time frame, and I think this breakout might be very significant. If we break out to the upside, we definitely can see a nice spike in the Bitcoin price. But if we break out to the downside, that might be an early signal that Bitcoin is going to see lower levels. So that is the signals that I'm basically watching at the moment. If you guys like this, make sure to leave a thumbs up. If you appreciate this video, make sure to drop a like down below. And if you are new to the channel, of course, make sure to subscribe, and also make sure to hit the bell icon so you get notified whenever I upload a new video, as it might not be daily at this specific moment. Then I also had a question for all the subscribers out there, guys, for all the community. If you are somebody who has a website or who is writing blogs for other websites, I would appreciate if you contact me, because I would appreciate if there would be some people out there from the community who like to write something about Whaleportal on their website or on their blog or anything, because it's very important for a website to eventually get backlinks, and you get backlinks when other websites are linking back to your website. So that's very important for the ranking of Google. So it's also very important for the crypto space to have other websites talk about Whaleportal. So if you have a friend who is running a website, a crypto blog or something like that, or you have your own website, please do consider writing an article about Whaleportal. If you have any questions, you can send me an email at theblockchaintoday@gmail.com. And I would just highly appreciate that if any one of you would or is interested in helping with that. Guys, I want to thank you all for watching today's video. It's very much appreciated. I want to wish all of you an awesome day today, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video.